PX2 and the Pacific Institute has taken San Diego by storm. Through a partnership with the Urban League of San Diego County and the Unified School District, PX2 workshops are in high demand. Hoover High School was chosen as the pilot school for the PX2 program, and in just 3 short months have had tremendous response.
I think PX2 is a very good program, and it teaches you guys about us as well as you guys teach us.
It allowed me to see my future clearly. I already had a conception, but now with this program, I can see it I can see it in my future as not as probably, but as it will be.
Fred Moore and Harold Neal are facilitators for the PX2 workshop in San Diego. They have developed what is called Expand and Explode.
Expand and explode, coming from football, is the tackle expands and opens the number 2 hole, and the running back sees the hole, and he doesn't wait for the hole to open up because it may not stay open that long. He quickly explodes into the hole and goes upfield. And a lot of times we go to a guy named Tony Dorsett, or you guys in San Diego may know a guy named LaDainian Thompson. But the running back that quickly hits the hole explode, he doesn't wait, and the expansion has already been there, but the hole may not stay there that long. It goes along with the analogy, once the information is there, we quickly have to implement it and act on it, or else there may be a tendency that we won't get engaged in the process as we should.
And one of the great examples over the last couple of weeks is one of our students came in and grasped the whole idea of restrictive motivation and constructive motivation. And the heart of it is, if you're doing things because you want to, because you have to, those are 2 different things. If you have to, there's always something restrictive in that.
Every opportunity we've had to share PX2 has yielded positive results. The whole idea of things being hidden in clear sight, the exercise when we do the F's, the example of looking at something, being a part of something, hearing something and not really hearing it, that comes out. Students readily get that. The whole idea of being able to be more than I am today, students get that also.
The challenge when working with AP students at Hoover High was getting them to understand that none of what was being facilitated had very little to do with their intelligence.
We're learning about things like opening up our minds. And although I think I have actually, even though I'm a person and I think I know everything, I don't usually, because I remember we did this dot problem thing, and we're supposed to think outside the box, and I didn't get it correctly. I thought I did it right, but I didn't completely get all the dots. And I was like, oh man.
I think it's gonna help me to realize that no matter how you work, your brain works, that you could really become a smart, more creative person.
It's a very good experience. It's just been a time for me to see, to actually understand myself and my personality, how I am, or how I've been taught to think and how the mind works, and how I can challenge myself and think outside the box and do stuff that I've never done, and I can just be open about it.
The program is basically I feel kind of enlightened with the mind, basically, because it basically opens our minds, challenges us to do multiple things at once. It basically is just eases our brain up, and just makes us think in a way we've never thought before. In America, there's freedom of speech. You can think, you are allowed to do a lot of things. Well, in other countries, they want you to not expand as much off the topic as usual. They want you to stay focused on that thing. You don't think outside the box at all. I mean, usually sometimes it may even lead to punishment. Some people in other countries, you can't really do a lot of journalism in other places, and a lot of things you can do with your brain. Well, basically in this program you can.
Just use it to be aware of what's going on around us and the environment, I guess.
Attitude determines your what? Say it loud. Attitude determines your altitude. Where are you going to go?
Kanisha Mitchell attends Point Loma High during the regular school year. She had this to say about PX2.
PX2 has helped me to actually feel better about myself, because every time I leave from here I feel positive and I feel like good. I want to tell my grandma everything I learned and how tell her, you know, what she doing wrong and it helps me to like and keep encouraging myself that I'm able to do it no matter what nobody says, no matter what I go through, that it's possible. Anything is possible if I make a goal. You start thinking negative, then you'll start to believe it because it's your brain, you know, like it's your mind, and that's basically like the root of everything you do, your mind.
With the advent of the Pacific Institute and the PX2 program into the San Diego Unified School District, America's finest city has taken a large step towards a better San Diego.
Our invitation